and the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lesson.
Young TV.
making sure that the Empress is well situated. Y'all don't know what's going on. I'm telling y'all what's going on. The white hats, Jefe Blanco, right? Everything they use to tear us down, we had to use it to come up. Jefe Blanco, the one with the white suits and the white hat, that's the Naval Guard. The brass in the Navy wear white. The brass in the Army wear green. The brass in the Marines wear navy blue. The brass in the Air Force, they wear white over black, I believe it is. Right? And then your National Guard wear Army colors. If you see our Army dispatch on domestic soil, that means that they have been sheep dipped by the National Guard. Because what's about to happen is the largest eviction in the history of the planet. And we ain't talking about evicting them from America. We talking about evicting them from the planet. They didn't already ship thousands of motherfuckers, if not millions, off world. Because they can't die here no more. They got to go. So now we just dealing with the henchmen and the minions, the coverers, the ones who was the facilitators for the dirt. And the ones that was sitting at the freak-off parties, seeing everything going on, but they too much of a bitch to say something. They gonna bitch up. My mama say the sealer is as bad as the stealer. Right? That means that if you are sitting there with a motherfucker that's stealing, and y'all get caught, you just as bad as him. They call it accessory in law. You can be accessory to the fact, after the fact, or before the fact, but an accessory is an accessory, and you can still get life if the crime is right. The game is over. Look, when the La Costa Nostra came over here, the children of Hannibal or Carthage was exiled from Italy by the Etruscans after the Carthaginian wars with the Romans. When they exiled them, they exiled them to the island of Sicily. So they sent us Mario Puzo so he can write the Godfather movie. So you can see the structure and the order of a family that's ran by a single individual. Right or wrong, it don't matter what he's doing. He's protecting his family and he's feeding his family off the fat of the land. They sent that over here for a reason. It's a reason people say that Biggie and Tupac was tied into two different mafia families. The Rolex ain't no coincidence. That Mickey Mouse Rolex, the double up, and that ain't no coincidence. Right? This is not a happenstance. This is a well-orchestrated plot of all of the earth tribes from around the planet that met up at the Bang Dong conference. Look it up. Right? Look it up. Y'all don't know who that is, do y'all? I'm gonna wait till he see this video, and then he gonna pull up. He gonna be like, "Look it up." He used to be a comedian, but he ain't cracking no jokes today. Right? So, in Chicago right now, make the wrong move, and you gonna get took off the land the hard way. Them youngsters is being informed by the OGs in the Chi of what's taking place in real time, and y'all don't even know it. Y'all don't even know it. Look, don't worry about nobody from Venezuela. That's MS-13, right? Then they tied up in truces on the West Coast with Bloods and Crips and Mexican Mafia and all that shit. They tied up in the Midwest with truces with the Vice Lords, the GDs, the Peace Stone Nation. They tied up in treaties with us. They ain't coming to sabotage us. That's the support team. Quiet as it's kept, that's the support team. That's why on Rex 84, under the section known as Operation Cable Splicer, it tell them that if they ever wake up, they got to block the border. But the one who tell you to block the border is telling you where the help gonna come from. He telling you where the aid and assist of the tribes. Fuck that motherfucking military shit. We talking about the tribes of the land. We go all the way from the North Pole to the southern tip of South America. This is Turtle Island, and we coming. You can't stop them. Build a wall if you want to. They gonna find a way either through it, around it, over it, or under it. They coming. You can't stop them. You can't stop them. We got treaties with the Hells Angels, right? This ain't no. They ain't just rolling around on the land for no reason. They used to ride horses 200 years ago. Now they riding motorbikes. Before they was riding Harleys, they was riding something called an Indian. Go look it up. I'm not making this shit up. Then the Lawndale district, before the Vice Lords became Vice Lords, they was called Outlaw Vice Lord Bikers. That ain't no coincidence. Young Vice Lord told me I ain't know what I was talking about. 2 days later, I dropped the receipt on my Morpheus page. It's over there. Go look it up. Right? So, it don't matter. I know everything going on the land. I know all of the tribes. I know right now about the continuity of government, about to come out and expose this shit. The motherfucking Orange Man, because they remember they flashed the White House orange the other day. Who is Agent Orange? That's Donald J. That's Howard the Duck. That's Donald the Duck. Right? That's Agent Orange. Because when negotiations get on you, you can't get that sucker off you. Right? I've been watching him for years, ever since Tupac flipped him to me. Because I don't trust none of them. And he's second cousins to Hillary Clinton. We needed somebody on the inside that didn't like what was going on and took sides with us, and it was him. Because they look like Indians they don't look like Indians to him, and they don't look like Indians to us, and we the Indians. I'm just saying, you got to be able to see through this bullshit, because it's all a big facade. The government is a fraud. All of their laws is made up to interfere with our natural life process. All of the stuff that they made illegal on the land is targeting us specifically. This is why they said we smoke marijuana and we go crazy and rape white girls. Oh no, make a law, make a law. That was just to keep the chief from chiefing with the chief, so that you can see when the chief be chiefing, he be chiefing up on some shit. Right? We be talking about fourth, fifth dimensional mind communication. We be talking about getting the THC and the CBDs to work together. When we get the munchies, the sugar turn into the dirty burn turn into the rapid fire. But because it's saturated with 70% water, the fire gets smothered and let off a bunch of smoke, and the smoke becomes the black soot, and the soot becomes the carbon, and the carbon is autosynthein when it turns into melanin, and the melanin can communicate with the carbon. So now we can talk to the dark mother without ever moving from where we at. Wake up now. This shit over with. This shit so over with that these motherfuckers need to come bow down and kiss my fucking feet so I can kick them in the mouth like the Pope be doing. Let the Pope come kiss my feet. I guarantee you his teeth gonna come out his ass within 30 seconds or less. Let him come kiss my feet. I'll boot his ass from here to Albuquerque. Right? And when he hit to Albuquerque, you know who gonna be waiting for him? A dark man. Chief Zolo. I'm coming. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. This the culture. Chief Zolo is DMX, the Dark Man X, the unknown man that walked out the dark into the light. Through the tunnel. Get at me, dog. Right? Flipping the dog pound off the East Coast to the West Coast. Right? Barking back and forth. Remember, Pluto was a dog in Disney. Right? And Goofy was a dog that had a pet dog. Let it sink in. They're telling you the stories all the time. The Califia Queen's replica, after they bombed the castle, they had to build a replica because it had to be accessible to activate the genetic memory of the Califia Queens and make them want to go and back to Cali. Cali got gunplay. Bitches on the runway. So in order to activate the genetic memory, we looking at Tinkerbell putting the pixie dust on the castle. Every time we watch a Disney movie, Tinkerbell say, here it go right here. The Califia Queen's castle is right here. I'm Tinkerbell and I'm here to show her where it's at. And then everybody be thinking that we don't know what we seeing when we looking at it. Just because I ain't say nothing before don't mean I didn't know before. I just didn't tell you before it was time. Paul Messiah said, I'll sell no wine before it's time. And I will tell no truth before it need to be exposed. That's a Masonic code all day long. Then they say they're a traveling man, that mean they're a Mason. They say they're a navigator, that mean they're a Mason. They say that they're a physician, that mean they're a Shriner. Watch out now. They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, right? But the ones who's pulling the strings, them black ass niggas, now I know why my mama said, I don't like no damn Africans. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought we was from Africa at the time, but I knew something wasn't right. Then I started noticing that the stuff my mama was telling me was consistent with American tribal heritage. Why is my mama telling me American tribal heritage if I'm supposed to be from Africa? But I don't never remember being born in Africa before. Every time I be born either right here or in the territory of the Sun Wukong. Hail the return of the Sun Wukong. Back from the West, Buddhist scrolls in my arm. I went to tame my Sako Mao. Now I'm coming back right now. You don't know nothing about that shit. But look. So the government ran us into seclusion by sending contingents to put them between buffers between us, sending infiltrators in to sweetheart swindle the women in order to wrestle the land so that they can institute the sharecropper agreement and turn the family farm into a plantation to maximize the plan for their nation. Y'all need to pay attention to what I'm telling y'all. I'm not making this shit up. I got too many references to prove it. Let the G's know this is a wrap. This is a wrap. Look, if you don't believe me, keep watching. So back to Jefe Blanco. So when they used to be the Black Hand, right, and they wear their KKK regalia, which is they hombre, it's hombre negro something, but it's the Black Brotherhood of Spain. When you look them up, they came over here wearing them white uniforms. So what we had to do in order to overthrow them is we had to invite the people that ran their ass off from over there in Europe over here. Now we gonna have to take some heat from these people too, because they not gonna be able to tell which one of us, nappy head, whether it's the Negrito or the Morenos. They don't know by looking at us the difference, right? So they gonna treat all us the same. They gonna call all of us nigga, which came from the conquistadors calling us Los Negritos. When you go look up Los Negritos, the Negritos is a whole. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up and read it to y'all because this stuff is so it's second. It's like second step now. Genetic stock of Negrito. Unraveling the genetic history of Negritos and indigenous. National Institute of Health. Let y'all see it. National Institute of Health. It's a unraveling the genetic history of Negritos and indigenous population of Southeast Asia. See, that's where they get you. But that's why Elijah Muhammad say I'm the Asiatic black man, because he's saying we the Negrito stock. We not the niggas, the Morenos, the Moriscos. We are los Negritos, the Asiatic melanated being, the what they call Melanesians, right? It's the indigenous population of Malaysia, known as Orang Asli, or OA, show huge morphological, anthropological, and linguistic diversity. However, the genetic history of these populations remain obscure. We performed a high-density array genotyping using over 2 million single nucleotide polymorphisms in 3 major groups, Negrito, Shinoy, and Proto-Malay. Structural analysis indicated that although the AO group are genetically closer to East Asian populations, they are substantially distinct. We identified a genetic affinity between Andamansis and Malaysian Negritos, which may suggest any ancient link between these two groups. We also showed the Sonoy and the Proto-Malay may be admixtures between Negrito and EA populations. Formal admixtures tests provided evidence of gene flow between Austro-Asiatic speaking OAs and populations from Southeast Asia. So what they're telling you is that the people in Australia they call Aboriginals have a similar blood lineage to the people from Hawaii, all the way going up into the Ainu people in Japan, going into the Dravidians in India. And these are the people called Negritos that was the same people that's from the genetic stock that we from as organic, original Mississippi clay dirt walking. And we rose up out of the Mississippi clay dirt because the Garden of Eden, the cradle of civilization, the birthplace of humanity, is in the Mississippi Delta, the Louisiana Outlaw, into the ocean, into St. Bernard Parish, where that pyramid is under the ocean that they don't want y'all to know about. I ain't making it up. It said elevated linkage, disequilibrium, and enriched homozygosity found in OAs reflect isolation and bottlenecks experience. What that means that over a period of time, you end up with Tongans and Samoans and Hawaiians and Japanese, but they all from the Negrito stock. But because they got isolated into certain groups, then they formed into they evolved into a solidified stock at the geography that they was. In other words, the part of the land of the earth that they was on, they became a stock of people unto themselves through continuously inbreeding with each other and crossbreeding with each other. The people from the area began to form one people. This is what the plan was for America with the Dirty Moors, because they supposed to come marry into our families and we ain't supposed to know it. But they murdering our big mamas And they telling us that, oh, Big Mama had a heart attack last night, baby. He done poisoned her. 2 years later, he's selling the family farm as a sharecropper. And he all the time, he know we don't believe in selling land. So what's going on here? Somebody ain't telling us something. Right? And then it said the continuum in divergence time from Negritos to Sonoy and Proto-Malay in combination with ancestral markers provide evidence of multiple waves of migration into SEA, starting with the first out-of-Africa dispersals, followed by early train and subsequent Austro-Amnesian expansions. So they're telling you, they're trying anything they can get this out-of-Africa thing. They got to get this in the, like the African people are kindred, but they not exactly the same as us. They got different matrilineal lines, but similar patrilineal lines through to the marrying across the ocean. We got to add mixture of that stuff over here. We don't have a problem with Africans. We got a problem with the motherfuckers that divided it up at the Berlin Conference that look like us and blamed it on pale faces. Them the niggas we got the problem with. Not the people in Africa that's being victimized just like we being victimized. They not the enemy. Right? Ibrahim Traore, he won us. Earthborn, original tribe, ain't buying that shit for nothing. Julius Malema down in South Africa, he not buying that. Look, they killed off my man I forget his name. We got so many of the OGs that they just murdered them. Maurice Bishop. Maurice Bishop was the truest brother that you ever would want to meet in the CIA. This wasn't the KGB. This wasn't Chinese Secret Service. This wasn't the Mossad. This was the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency sent a hit squad down there and murdered that man. Then, turned around, they had a 25-year, under Jimmy Carter gave a 25-year moratorium on CIA-sponsored homicides, assassinations. The first motherfucker they killed when he lifted it was Laurent Kabila. Go look him up. And they was chasing after the brother Jerry Rawlins. They was chasing after all of these progressive leaders. They was at Muammar Gaddafi head. The CIA did that. That's why Pac and them went over in Benghazi. Go pull the footage. See who y'all see in Benghazi. Nigga, this some outlaw shit. This how outlaws ride for real. We ain't never going nowhere. We don't got nowhere to go. We from here. We been here. And we gonna be here. This is just the way it is. You know? So, they can tell who they want to. They can call their mama. They can call their daddy. They can call their Uncle Charles, their Uncle Jake. It don't matter to me. They can call their Aunt Susie, they ain't Barbara, they ain't Mary. They can call whoever the fuck they want to, but ain't nobody calling these outlaws off their ass now. It's too late. We won. Victory is assured, saith the Lord. Vengeance is mine, saith Big Rod. Let me get my hands around these motherfuckers' necks, and I'm going to show you what brain banging turns into gang banging at the highest levels when I get to slam one of these motherfuckers off the motherfucking gallows. So I don't even want him to hang. I'm going to throw him off the gallows head first, let him crack his melon, and tell him like they told him about me. Oh, Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. He can't be put back together again. I ain't Humpty Dumpty. I ain't never took the fall off the wall because my potential has never been wasted. Because a egg is infinite potential. And to break the egg before it develops is wasted potential. And all the king's horses and all the king's men will never put Humpty back together again, because once the potential is wasted, it's like squandered money. You can't call it back because it won't come. But if you manage it correctly, the money becomes an infinite seed, a current seed, the current that you see when the goodness flow back into your life. Return of the sweet waters. Oshun speaks. The Oshun priestesses of the Caliphs and the the Chiquita Banana Lady and all of the mascots that they turned us into. We ain't never stopped being here. Go into any tobacco shop in the South, one of them old Indian tobacco shops, and you're going to see a big Tuscaloosa looking Indian in every tobacco shop. That's because we was tobacco chiefs. They didn't have tobacco in Europe. They came over here to get that shit. So what was we doing with the tobacco? We wasn't having all of them toxins on that tobacco. Because nicotine is a neurostimulant. They had to poison it to stop you from smoking. Right? Then they don't want you to know none of this shit. They want you to think everything good for you is poison. That's because everything good for you, they poisoned it. Deliberately, with malice and aforethought and ill intent. The desire was to remove us from the land. If you don't believe me, we can go talk to Ramona Africa. We can sit down and have a conversation with the sister, and she gonna tell you how they did her family in Philadelphia in 1985. She's still here. And she ain't the only one of them still here. They didn't kill them all, but they was unfortunate enough to get rid of John, the mastermind, because they don't want no chiefs doing no chief shit on our own land. They made all our natural practices illegal. We need a license to go fish. What is a license? Permission to do something illegal. We need a license to bear arms. The Constitution said the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. By making you need a registration and a license is an infringement upon your inalienable right to be able to protect yourself and your family. The right to bear arms has nothing to do with hunting and everything to do with when the time comes to fight this government. Now, we got too many in the military of us that's starting to wake up to what's going on. We got too many of them high-ranking white hats that's now the new Jefe Blancos that's working for us instead of the enemy now, because they believed in some shit called the Constitution wholeheartedly, and they believed in that they was going to protect America from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. Who is the domestic enemy? The state. The state is the domestic enemy. They the squatters on the land, the imposters, the frauds, the usurpers. They don't belong here. They need to go. Shut their government buildings down, close this bitch up, lock this bitch down. It's done. Ain't we done with this shit. If anybody get the youngsters together, we about to start having youth summits to tell our children that they call gangbangers. I'm going to personally go to O Block and tell them what they did to turn us against each other. I'm going to personally go down there to Motown and tell them Stones what they did to turn us against each other. I'm going to get in touch with Prince Wakita and say, hey, Keita, I need your support to tell the youth what they did to our people to have us killing each other like we don't know what's going on, so we can be focused on the right enemy. I'm going to go, Cali, wherever they send for me at, I'm going to be going. But first, we got to get our shit back. We got to get organized. But Martin told us, when he discovered, see, everybody don't know that it was two Martin Luther Kings philosophically. It was the pre-1965 Martin that saw the assassination of Malcolm X. And right before Malcolm got assassinated, he went to the 63 March on Washington and told Martin, no matter what happened to me, go to Arizona and spend some time with the old man. And when you leave, you will never be the same, and I guarantee you, you will see the enemy clearly. That's what Malcolm told him. And you know what he did? 1965. It's called the historical meeting. Martin Luther King went to Arizona, spent 7 days, 5 or 7 days. It was a week. I don't know if it was a 5-day week or a 7-day week. But he spent a week with Elijah, and Elijah gave him the rundown of the enemy. He came out of there, and he said, when we go into Washington to get our check. And then he told you why. How they undermined us, how they undergirded the peasantry of Europe with an economic floor, mechanized their firms. At the same time they was doing that, they was stealing our land through sharecropping agreements. And then they was turning around, making it difficult for us to do business anywhere, because if you didn't have pale skin, you was not allowed to do business in this game of Monopoly they playing on us. The monopoly became a plutarchy, and we won. And Pluto represents Scorpio. And I am the Scorpion King because I'm the king of all the Scorpios. I'm the motherfucking cyclone center. I am the eye of the storm. And I don't even want to be. That's the crazy part. I ain't want this shit. People be thinking that this shit be glamour and glitz and shit. This shit is miserable, painful, long-suffering struggle. And if you ain't got that in your blood, you not going to make it. You going to fold. You going to sell out. You going to quit. You going to give up. You going to surrender. You going to tap out. Whatever the term for loss, lose, you going to do that shit because this is not no motherfucking easy. Man, 35 fucking years of straight book reading. I done read so many books. I be seeing books in my sleep that I ain't never seen before, and I read them motherfuckers too. I'm like, where this book come from? Then turn around 2-3 years later, here go the book. I read that book in a dream. How in the fuck is that possible? Somebody somewhere is telling me something, and I don't know how they getting this information to me, but I'm getting it. And it's coming up, and I'm coming with receipts. Right? So, the shit traced all the way back to Babylon. The stone that the builders rejected has now become the chief cornerstone. And the chief cornerstone ain't the chief cornerstone until it become the capstone. And the only way it can be a capstone, it got to be caught up at a royal arc degree, where the red house and the blue house meet in the middle. And if they meet in the middle, that means it's perfect center. That means it's 50-50, left to right, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, no matter how you cut it. Right? So the sisters is a 5-point star, the brothers is a 6-point star. The star of Venus is the star of the divine feminine. The star of David, as they call it, which is really the shield of Solomon, is the divine masculine. And when you put them together, you don't get an 11-point star. You get a shooting star. And the shooting star comes out in the form of the semen. The semen fertilizes the egg, and the egg drops down into the portal where it can be molded without the aid of the hands of man. And that's how you know that God is with us. Because every time a woman push one of these babies out, whether they snatch it out by abortion or whether she carry it to term, every time they pull him out, God was in her womb at work. At work. Whether they was what they call a heterosexual union produced or whether they was parthogenically produced, God was still working. And if they was parthogenically produced, that tell you that God can't be no man. And Earth is a feminine planet. It's only 2 feminine planets in this solar system. That's Venus and Earth. And Venus is the divine mother that rides with the sun Mercury on her heels. And they say the elephant rode to town with a monkey on her back. They didn't know he was going to grow up to be a full-fledged fucking gorilla. Pounding on his motherfucking chest, beating on the concrete, swinging from lamp poles until these motherfuckers get the code. Did it eat, dash, the ghetto code, because the revolution won't be televised, but this shit played the fuck out on social media. And everybody watched it, but they didn't know what they was looking at. Because right before your very eyes, you won't even realize that you can't see me. You don't know what I'm doing while I'm doing it, but because you don't know what I'm doing, you assuming that I don't know what I'm doing, when I know exactly what I'm doing. Mama said, tell the truth, shame the devil. And then Big Mama said, don't worry, he ain't gonna leave no stone unturned. So I done flipped every stone, which is every chief. I only needed 50. I flipped 50 chiefs to the public. That's all recorded, time-stamped, and dated according to the oral tradition. They can't say I didn't. I told them who the enemy was, where they came from, how they got here, what kind of war they waged, who we was fighting, how we was fighting them, the methods of war, the stratagems, the tactics, everything they used against us. Farrakhan got a clip. I might be on TikTok, but it's called "What is a Democracy?" It's from a bigger video, but the section that the brother was playing is called "What is a Democracy?" And everybody that I had named, he named was killed by niggas. Niggas. Then I just got done watching Malachi. Malachi had me pumped. Because he's talking about, they done brought all of this religious shit over here and they don't even follow it. They send the clergy first. That's called a soft sell. The soft sell work like this. I pretend to be your friend until my friends get here. Then we whoop your ass together. The church and the Crown of England and the Crown of France and their little associate affiliates throughout Europe of them lesser countries all came over here to get a pound of flesh and a ton of gold. And they paid the money for the flesh in pounds and dollars. And they stole as much gold as they could and hid it in the Vatican. In 2017, Donald J. went there and showed them the receipt. Run that, because somebody in this land is not an imbecile in law. Somebody on the land is fully conscious and is not a minor. He's a full-grown ass man that's talking this chief talk, and you're going to have to surrender what he says surrender, because if you don't, you know the consequences, because you've already been told by the Most High. And the Galactic Council is the support team. We ain't asked for the motherfuckers to put us in no light lock, put us in a perpetual time loop called an infinity loop to fight this war till somebody came out victorious at the end. This was a no-holds-barred match. They did everything they could to break the rules to beat us. We followed the rules, educated ourselves out of the condition, and now they mad because they lost. They tried every fucking lie, every form of deception, every form of murder, every form of lynching. They turned us into strange fruits, barbecued us, roasted us like hot dogs, stuck us in vats of boiling hot oil, everything they could to make us forget who we was. And guess what? I wasn't here until now, so it didn't work on me. That shit only work on the people that went through the suffering. I woke up from the amnesia because the shit that you needed to reinforce it, I wasn't here. Because had I been here, you'd have lost a long time ago, you stinking ass motherfuckers. I'd have been putting my foot up your motherfucking ass, and I'd have rallied the motherfucking troops from coast to coast, from pole to motherfucking pole. And we would have tore y'all ass up. And that's why I told them motherfuckers, don't call me until you can't figure it out, and make sure I'm the last resort, because I don't want to be fucked with. And they fucked with me. Who the fuck conjured me up for this shit? Oh, them niggas is at it again. I thought I got rid of y'all son of bitches the last time we did this shit. But a couple of y'all crept back through some portals. It won't happen this time. It won't happen this time. Because every motherfucker that's loyal to you motherfuckers, whether they earthborn or not, got to go with your ass. Get them out of here. Clean this shit up. Separate the wheat from the chaff. Drag the dirty players out in the public. Let the people see them rotten snakes for who they is. Let the chief speak and tell the report to the people, because it's the people that we got to satisfy that we've overcome the obstacle and the enemy. It's not the individual. So when enough clansmen know, when enough of the OGs teach the YGs about the wars they waged on us, and about the means that we use to overcome it was to educate ourselves out of the condition, then their whole system collapses in their face, because now they don't got no support. That's why they got Kamala up there. She's supposed to fail miserably because we waking the fuck up too fast and they can't stop what's coming next. The shit big. The ship gonna land on Emerald Lake in Colorado, the Crystal City, and you know it as the Emerald City. On the Wizard of Oz, right? Follow the yellow brick road. The yellow brick road is paved with gold. And that's all of the good intentions that motherfuckers had on their way to riches. But they lost their riches on their way to Oz, trying to get a heart that they already had, trying to find some courage that they already used, trying to find a brain that they never even knew they had. Right? So whether it's all added up on the Toto, which is the dog that walked on the heel of the white girl, is the same as the black dog that walked on the heel of the great father, in reverse, upside down, turned around in your face. That's why we gonna drop the White House on their head, just like they dropped that house on Dorothy. I mean on the Glenda, the good witch. The old wicked witch, she burnt, and I done confiscated her flying monkeys, because now they all flying motherfucking GDs and flying Crips and flying Vice Lords and flying Disciples, because Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, has spoke, and the king of the monkeys is the Hanuman, because the Hanuman can handle any man, woman, or child according to their desires to be on this planet. And if you don't know who the guardian of the earth realm is, you need to wake up and snap out of the slumber, because y'all all know who the fuck this is. Y'all all know what's going on. You just don't remember because they put us in a stupor. They use the Babylonian blood magic, the Babylonian sex magic, and the Babylonian money magic. And it don't work on me because I know how it works. And once y'all understand how it works, it won't work on y'all either. That's why I told y'all the mechanics of it with BDL. We told you how the blood magic worked, how they using it, where it's written at, showed you the references. Now I'm telling you, and I'm telling you where to look to find out that they waged war against the 9 treaty tribes. They called the 9 treaty tribes from the Supreme Court of the United States of America. They called the 9 treaty tribes foreign dependent nations. No, domestic dependent nations. They call them perpetual enemies. They call them outlaw tribes, and then they call them 9 treaty tribes. We the ones don't want to do no business with them, which was about 98% to 99% of all the tribes on the land were outlaw tribes. And the reason they call us outlaw tribes because our jurisdiction fell outside the parameters of their law. We don't have nothing to do with their judicial system until we start forcing our way in there with picket signs and goddamn protests. Talking about some equal rights. You can't have equal rights with a motherfucker that feel like he's superior to you and you some kind of animal. They classified us as less than human, the 3/5 compromise, just so they can say we ain't got no rights that they bound to respect. Man, gut that motherfucker from his testicles to his tonsils. Straight up. Split him open and let his guts hit the floor. Because we not buying that shit no more. We can think too good now. We can read too well. We got too many of these baby G's coming up that's listening to motherfuckers like us, that's telling them what's going on the land, and they remembering. And they remembering in such a way. This is your crystal generation, your what they call them, your rainbow children, the rainbow tribes, to restore balance back to earth that the old elders tribes been spoke of. The old Hopi prophecy that said America would come and it would go, and we'll still be here. All of this stuff is fact checkable. You can check the facts on this, even though the fact checkers is trying to cover up the facts by disputing the truth, calling it a lie. That's like the dude that went to the David Copperfield show that know exactly how the trick performed, trying to tell you that plane really did disappear. But he know it's a trick, and he know how the trick performed, and he trying to convince you that the illusion wasn't an illusion. Motherfucker, I see through that shit just like you do. I know how he made the plane disappear just like you do. I know how he made the elephant disappear. I know how he made the tank disappear. I know how he floated across the goddamn Grand Canyon. All of those were illusions. He wasn't motherfucking David Blaine. He wasn't Chris Angel. He was just another motherfucker that was running an illusion. The real magicians, y'all ain't even seen him yet. Y'all haven't seen him. Since this chiefing with the chief, I need to light up my... I'm on one tonight. Anyway, so we know who they are. We know where they at. We know where they were. We know where they was removed from. Woo, that was smooth. I had to get that off my chest because most of us don't know the reason why we can be 100% innocent and still go to prison is by design. And then Not only that, they will pay one of us to lie on one of us because we don't know no better. They taught us how to be professionally ignorant. That's the only degree they ever gave us, is a degree in how to be an ignoramus 101, the basics. Follow the technology of the enemy, 120 motherfucking degrees of technology. But the 120 degrees of technology will never override 360 degrees of right knowledge on the planet. Because then you got 360 degrees of right knowledge in the stars. That's 720 degrees going to stomp that 120 all day long. So whether you a 32 degree Scottish Rite, 33 and the third York Rite, it don't matter to me. Run my shit. Get Big Mama her shit. That's a wrap. Close this shit down. Shut this motherfucker down. Bring my motherfucking chiefs out so they can tell the people that they got to tell the people they're obligated by the right and the law of the land to tell the people why they not performing their chiefly duties, because these motherfuckers is interfering with the natural process and the natural working order of tribal systems. They instituted some shit that we believe is a government, but it's not a government. It's a police state. When you go back to the law of the land and you go back to the tribal ways, we don't have wars, we have parties. It's going to be Mardi Gras from coast to coast. There's going to be more technology unveiled at this World Fair coming up next year. Hospitals is not going to need no big-ass metropolis-sized buildings to be a hospital. No, we're going to turn them into houses for the homeless. A hospital only going to need one room, a med bed, a healing pod, and a rife machine, and they going to fix you with frequency in a matter of minutes. This shit is over with. It's a done deal. Hey, Donald J., go on and pull a whole card. Hit him with some of that Agent Orange. You know the White House turned orange. That's that Agent Orange shit. Right? Let's go. It's showtime. Step up. I'm just saying. Y'all, if you know an OG in any set on the land and he don't want to teach this shit to the youth, he one of them. He one of them. The one that be sending the young kids to do dumb shit, get that nigga off the land. We not doing that no more. You not sending our babies to their own destruction no more. We not doing that. This an OG call. Fuck that bullshit. Big 50 speaks. This shit over with. Wrap it up. Close it down. Shut it down. Burn it down. But whatever going on, this USA shit is over. I don't care how patriotic a motherfucker think they is. We matriotic around this bitch. We big mama boys. We coming in this motherfucker stomping like big dogs. I'm trying to tell y'all before the shit hit the fan that the shit is about to hit the fan. And it's about to hit the fan sooner than you think, because the stars is aligning for the divine feminine to be restored by the divine masculine in harmony and balance, and all of the people that got enough sense to see what's going on can see it. The love between people is improving, right? They putting these little Manchurian candidates in the schools to tell y'all stop sending y'all's children to this Skinner box so they can get conditioned by this Pavlovian response bell. That's why they keep sending these Manchurian candidate Ritalin Prozac babies in these schools to light these motherfuckers up so that they can tell y'all it's time to shut these motherfuckers down. Every time they shooting the school up, they telling you to shut the schools down. This is about to be the worst month for school shootings in the history of school shootings. If y'all don't get y'all babies out of there, y'all gonna be creating your own negative karma by leaving y'all children in the devil's house. School mean hell, flat out. Go look the etymology of school up. It mean hell. You sending your babies to hell, teaching them how to be devils. Bring them home and teach them how to be humans. Teach them how to be positive and progressive men and women. Give them some life skills. Hell, we can help you with that shit if you can shut these bitches down. Shut them fucking down. They don't need to be here no more. We tired of this shit. We tired of this. We not your beast of burden. Got us fucked up. We don't owe you motherfuckers nothing. You just so happen to owe us everything. And the outlaw told you we back for every fucking thing they owe. And they just so happen to owe us everything. So we want it all because it's ours. We don't want it all because we want yours. We want it all because it's ours. And you take your ass back with your little trinkets and get the fuck on. We want it all. No shorts. We not taking no shorts. We not taking no credits. We want the real fucking McCoy. The real McCoy. Right? And I went to school with Andrew McCoy. OG. One of my guys. Real estate investor who makes a lot of money. Mix-a-lot. Mix-a-lot was telling y'all back then, his posse on Broadway. The Broadway. In broad day. Don't give a fuck what a broad say. That's that pimp shit. Pimp C. Pimp C ready to be seen, y'all. Because I'm so sick of this nigga in my motherfucking psychic network talking about, come on, man. Come on, can't you make this shit move no faster? Brother need to be seen. Brother tired of being had back off in the cut. Yep. He had a hit on Pimp C. And the dude that was supposed to be responsible for murdering Pimp C, that they paid, married Pimp C ex-wife. That's some gangster shit right there. A nigga pay you to kill a nigga, and then you marry that nigga wife. It's just that he ain't smarter than these old chiefs. We got some old smart yard dogs. You know what a matchdog is in dog fighting? A matchdog is an old dog that they don't put him in a real dog fight, but all of the dogs that they want to train, he got to get past the matchdog before he can qualify to fight the fight. That old matchdog tear their ass up. He know all the tricks of the trade. He know how to come in, go out. He know how to circle your dog. He know how to hit the stife. He know how to shake the motherfucking femur loose. He know how to hit the ear. You know what I'm saying? He know how to turn the muzzle. He know all the little tricks of the trade. He just ain't got all his teeth. So you can't bet no money on him, because if he lose, it won't be his fault. It won't be because he ain't the baddest motherfucker in the fight. It'll be because he just didn't have the equipment to get the job done. Well, you're looking at this platinum back gorilla. I got the equipment. I got the drive. I got the fight. My tail up. You better ask motherfucking 40 water. My tail up. That motherfucker don't stop wagging. I fight to the motherfucking death and the last motherfucking breath. Huh? Mac Minister, you better tell him. I came over this motherfucker on a glad sandwich bag to put my foot in their ass. Come on now. Y'all don't know nothing about no $1 million spot trying to make it hot. Man, we thought it was a money game. Wasn't a money game. We thought it was a knuckle-up game, but Mike Tyson and Big Tookie proved that it's not a knuckle-up game. So then we thought it was a statesman game, but they took Larry. That show, well, it wasn't a statesman's game. What the fuck is it? What the fuck is it? It's a knowledge game. The only motherfuckers that they can't successfully take down is the smartest motherfuckers on the land. It's a knowledge game. It's a wisdom game. It's a wisdom game to gain wisdom, to be wise enough to set my people free. Man, that's some Moses shit. My man Alex been calling me Black Moses since I was a baby. Since she's the one my mama told her, get the baby out the hospital because they gonna do something to him if you leave. And they tried to poison my mama in the hospital so she won't make no more like me. True story. Y'all gonna find out I'm high and Alex tell it. Because she said, Shirley, you want me to take the baby out the hospital? She said, you gotta get the baby out of here before they do something to him. They know who he is by his birthday. My Aunt Alice took me out the hospital. My mama was in the hospital for 9 months because they tried to poison her, tried to kill her. Didn't work. Didn't work. And y'all don't know what y'all did. Y'all done fucked up now. Now my mama ain't here to hold me back. I got one obstacle in the path, and that's Big Mama with her love and light ass shit. That's not my philosophy. That's her philosophy. My philosophy is love and do them right. That means give them what they earn, good, bad, or indifferent. Some of these niggas need a foot upside the head. Some of them need to get kicked down the flight of stairs. Some of them need to be thrown off a tall bridge with a short rope. Some of them need to be just thrown in the ocean with a pair of concrete boots on. I mean, shit. It's just what it is. This is the grand finale to this shit. It's coming. I can feel it in the air like motherfucking Phil Collins. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh Lord, what is this? What is this sensation? What is the dispensation of this sensation that makes me want to reach the whole nation? Right? This is some real shit. So they waged war on us. They wrote us out with the paper genocide. Now remember, if you want to know about the paper genocide, go with Cooking with Chief Warhorse, where she go over the whole Andrew Jackson stuff. Some of her old shit, she go more in detail than she doing some of her new shit. But they switched us out in the Trail of Tears with Mongolian Huns and Vedics, who formed the modern day Native American. We not Native American, right? We Native Americans from the motherland in the Americas, because the motherland is the land that rules the land and is enforced by the fatherland. The creator gods give the power of rulership to the ruler gods in order to satisfy his motherfucking right to put a boot in the motherfucking ass for fucking with his mama and his sister shit. So now I came to get my sister shit because my mama said you don't let nobody take nothing from your brothers and your sisters. So not only did I come to get my sister's shit, I came to get my brother's attention. Because once I get their attention and they know I know what I'm talking about and they know I'm not making this shit up because I got too many goddamn receipts. I got so many goddamn receipts, the receipt machine and jammed up on us. But now y'all know it's not a mystery no more. You know why Malachi in there. You know why Chapo, look, when Chapo get out, he gonna be the ambassador of the tribes to the Spanish-speaking community, and he already then got messages out to the Mexican mafia in Mexico to tell the families what's going on the land and what we doing up here on the main part of the land to get everybody back whole. And that communication is spreading down into Honduras, into San Salvador, into Colombia and Guatemala. They not going to stop no immigrants from coming. In a minute, your National Guard is not going to do any good. They're not going to do no good because they coming, and they coming to stand with us. Stop letting these motherfuckers soup y'all up to panic about some immigrant migration. We got soldiers coming globally, but they coming because they know that the tribes in the Americas that they've been waiting on to pull this motherfucking trigger of freedom, then let loose a whole Gatling gun of this shit. Fully loaded motherfucking all 10 Buddhist scrolls of wisdom, all scrolls of government. That shit done been unleashed on the people with so many goddamn receipts. Them Dane Calloway receipts. Them legendary Top Cat receipts. Them Yaki Awaken receipts. Them Phil Valentine receipts. Them Dr. B. Serious receipts. We got motherfucking Bobby Hemmett receipts. We got Delbert Blair receipts. We got all of the receipts that you need. Now we cashing in at the final close of the gate. We got all of the chips and we don't want to gamble no more. We got every chip in the casino. Right? Pusha T. I wrote this alone in Vegas, baby. I wrote this alone in Vegas. We the same motherfucker. We just in different bodies. We body jump around this bush like falling. We got 24 hours to live, goddammit. We gonna touch another motherfucker. So to make sure that this knowledge that I got, nigga, this shit ain't going nowhere without another motherfucker getting it. I'm guaranteed I'm giving it all away for free. I don't want a motherfucking dime, but I do accept donations, but I'm not asking for shit. I'm putting this shit out there. So if they do anything to me, it's too fucking late now. I done tied too many motherfucking points together on this goddamn map. I done connected all of the dots, and I see the face of the man in the moon smiling at me, smiling at you, while you wondering, how did I figure it all out? Don't worry how I did it. Mama told me to get it done. Now it's done. Big Mama can come back home, and now we can get back to living heaven on earth once again, like we was before the motherfuckers sailed they stinking asses over here, because they was over there treating people like shit, eating babies over there, sucking adrenal. What do you think they call Emperor Vlad the Impaler Dracula for? Blood-sucking motherfuckers. They came over here and ran into us. We was wearing wolves. So they say, ooh, they look like kin, but they ain't, because they wear wolves. And you suck blood, motherfucker. That's the difference. We don't go around eating babies. You ain't never seen a werewolf movie where the werewolves is eating babies. All they eating is you grown ass, rotten motherfuckers who think you nickel slick, trying to slide up under the radar like you ain't did nothing wrong, and up jump the motherfucking werewolf to snatch your ass out. What you think a skinwalker is? Get that spookism shit out of y'all head. They want y'all to make everything into some spooky paranormal bullshit. A skinwalker is a tribal warrior who wears the pelt of an animal as the camouflage. That's the real skinwalker. Your coyote tribe, your panther puma tribe, your leopard tribe in South America and Central America, your motherfucking black wolf clan, your motherfucking black bison clan. We wore pelts of animals. We wear wolves, motherfucker. We the skin walkers that walk around in the skin of our totem animals when we pop out in the dark on you motherfuckers, and you wonder how in the fuck is this wolf 7 feet tall standing on 2 legs built like a shit brick house. That was just an old Mississippian that you don't know the culture of, so you don't know who they is. I know who they is. They're my daddy people. We always been warriors. It's a knock-around game, son, and I'm knocking you upside your brain. Just like they did Hiram or Biff, I'm here, but I'm gonna motherfucking wake you up with a spliff. Understand me? I got the ties from Jamaica to motherfucking Long Island, from California, goddamn, back to Barbados. All of these tribes is on deck. They didn't touch bases with me from Australia. They didn't touch bases with me from Tonga, from Samoa, from Spain, from London. I done been talking to so many motherfuckers on the land all over this bitch. The only motherfuckers was left I was waiting on was to see the princess from the Philippines, from the White Dragon Clan, and she popped up on Dr. Kia Pruitt's show. I said, it's showtime now. That's the last one. Ain't nobody else to come. All of the big mamas spoken for on all of the lands by tribal right. Ain't nothing else to do but hand that shit over, get the posters out the way, bring the people they shit. I want the chiefs to tell them why they ain't doing a function on the land. That's the only thing I care about. So I can go on about my goddamn business and stop talking so goddamn much, because I'm tired of tongue wrestling. I don't all this talking shit. I'm the tear something up kind of motherfucker. I'm not the motherfucking negotiator. I'm just here telling y'all because I just so happen to see the whole game. They can't run the game on the master. And them the masters, the self-raised masters, guaranteed to treat them other niggas like bastards. They shouldn't have came over here fucking around. Now they found out how we get down. We all for one, one for all, motherfucker, but we ain't the 3 musketeers. I'm switch motherfucking cheese on your ass like Zorro. Now ain't that a wise fox for your ass? All right, fam. I said all I could say. I'm done. I think I gave y'all enough to put this shit together. Peace.